You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we've talked a little bit about exactly how much Tom Brady is involved with the dealings of the Raiders. And evidently it is quite a bit. And we thought that, but what we did not anticipate was the level of venom between TB12 and the New England Patriots. I saw this and was like, damn, okay. I'm going to tell you what's strange in all this. Inducted in the Ring of Honor very quickly. All right, Robert Kraft once went to bat for Brady, kept him on the team, rightfully so. But Mike Vrabel is one of his ex-teammates that he won a Super Bowls with, plural. But evidently there is still some major venom between TB12 and the Patriots, because we found out, this article Florio put up, Tom Brady reportedly would not trade Maxx Crosby to the Patriots. I don't know what's going on there. The other thing that I've got is that the Eagles are taking calls on Jalen Carter. Now, whether or not that goes anywhere, I don't know. And A.J. Brown to the Patriots, honestly, kind of think it's going to happen. We'll get to Jalen Carter in a minute. Tucked at the bottom of a blurb from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN regarding the Maxx Crosby trade is a very interesting quote from an unnamed person who was, quote, involved in the deal. The Raiders weren't going to trade Crosby to the Patriots because, as the unnamed source put it, quote, no way Tom Brady was sending Max to Mike Vrabel. What? Wow. And you can't even claim, well, it's the AFC thing. No, you traded him to the damn Ravens with a Cowboys offer on the table, a first, second, and now we have found out a player, some player was involved in that trade offer from the Cowboys. So you turn that deal down to keep him in the AFC to the Ravens, but you would not deal him to the Patriots. Now, we all remember, like, when the Patriots made the Super Bowl, Brady wouldn't come out and acknowledge. He said, I've got no dog in the fight. And everybody was like, well, you won a bunch of Super Bowls with the Patriots, and Mike Vrabel, that was your dude you went to war with. Why wouldn't you want to root for the Patriots? Now, at least he could worm his way out of that with the Clint Kubiak hiring, who was on the staff of the Seahawks. But I'm going to be real. I'm pretty sure Clint Kubiak would have understood if Tom Brady was pulling for the Patriots. The observation, if true, highlights 2 points. First, Brady has enough power with the Raiders to strike a potential Crosby trade destination from the list. Second, Brady doesn't want anything to do with the team, which he helped win 6 Super Bowls. The Ravens were one of the Patriots' biggest rivals during Brady's time with New England. That's right. That's right. As legend has it, the Ravens instigated Deflategate by telling the Colts about Brady's use of underinflated balls. So Brady is willing to trade Crosby to the Ravens and not to the Patriots. I mean, that's wild to me. There is still some serious venom. It's hard to imagine Brady having the ability to block the trade if the Patriots had offered more than any other team. But the quote from the unnamed source to Fowler was unequivocal. There's no way Brady was sent Crosby to Vrabel and the Patriots. God, dog. Absolutely wild. Wild. Let's touch on this before we get to Carter. The Eagles are worth watching for reasons beyond A.J. Brown. Philadelphia is asking a steep price for Brown. One executive said it wants a first and a second. Perhaps that changes. New England is in the mix. Interesting. So then we scroll down here. Jordan Davis did get an extension, by the way. With defensive tackle Jordan Davis now extended, Philadelphia also must weigh whether to extend Jalen Carter. And now he's had some issues. We know that. Who is eligible for a new deal. I'm told Philly has received trade calls on Carter. Now, let me tell you something about that little tidbit. They have fielded trade calls. Well, in the National Football League, you know what GMs will do if they want to get calls? Is claim that calls are being made about said player. That's absolutely a tactic and one that's used continuously. They want to drum up interest, put a name attached to the word trade in any way to see if calls start coming in the house. That's wild. That is wild. Whenever word emerges that a team is receiving possible trade calls from any player, it's important question to ask. Is the team subtly getting the word out that the player is available in hopes of getting more calls and driving more interest? He's currently eligible for a new contract. So you got to wonder, do they not want to trade Jalen Carter? He's been a pretty hell of a good player. He has been. Let me just look. Was a second-team All-Pro in 2024. He has made 2 Pro Bowls in 3 seasons. That's a name that just came out of nowhere. You know, and if you're a team that wants some defensive, like if you're Robert Saleh and the Titans, you could draft David Bailey and stick Jalen Carter right there next to him. Or how about the fact that it's pretty well known that the Raiders thought heavily about drafting Jalen Carter when he came out. Just pointing that out, too. That is very, very, very interesting. I didn't see that name coming out of nowhere. But yeah, Mike Florio is correct. When a team wants it out there that they might want to drum up some business for a player, what they do is they throw it out and say, we're getting calls about this guy from people. Somebody like Mike Vrabel goes, oh, can you imagine a Jalen Carter and a Milton Williams on the same? I mean, you know, I'm just pointing that out. They were teammates together in Philadelphia. Wow. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Wow, man. We're just a few short hours away tomorrow. The shit's going to hit the fan quick. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.